Hello, welcome. We're so happy to see every one of you here. A little rain is not going to stop us from saving democracy. My name is Jim Chapdelaine. I started a little thing called Indivisible CT a while ago. I'll be back in a minute. I want to introduce you to my friend Paige Harrison Gorman, who is with the organization 5051. Paige is from Hartford, and she has a career in rare disease medical research. The traumatic death of her parents led to her to reevaluate how she wants to spend her short time on Earth. Some of it's right here with us. At the start of Trump's second term, she decided to combine her organizational skills with her desire to create a more loving world. Paige and I kind of worked together, and look what happens when you work together. So Paige, come on up. Tell them how you feel.
Testing. Hello, everyone. Thank you for showing up today. I do want to start with a land acknowledgement. On this day and every day that follows, we need to acknowledge the peoples who originally lived upon this land. The Tungsis, Poquinut, Saquin, and Wangung, which this land was taken from them without consent or compensation. We admire their strength and their wisdom. We hope to walk with them towards a future of equity, equality, peace, and understanding. All right, so turn it up, I'm hearing. I don't know how to do that. Thank you. How's this? How about this? Thank you, I appreciate the feedback. All right, so as Jim mentioned, both of my parents have passed away. One of them was when I was 9 years old. So I was raised as one of those people who Elon thinks is frauding the government by benefiting from Social Security. That Social Security helped me to be able to live the life that I have and grow into a successful, committed advocate and part of our society. And I wouldn't be anywhere without it. I went on to UConn and am here helping fight for democracy today, as are all of us here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am the Hartford representative for 5051 CT, And we are a decentralized grassroots movement that is helping to fight for democracy. You can sign up on our mailing list at the white tent over there. Our goal is to prevent executive overreach to the extent that we can and stop the Trump administration from ruining our country. I won't take up any more of your time, but I would like to introduce my friend Howard from the Sons of Liberty. He is a self-described ordinary guy who felt the need to do something after this latest election. He has stepped up to be the regional representative for Sons of Liberty, which is a veterans group who's committed to uniting patriots against fascism.
Good afternoon. How's everybody doing? All right. I'm Howard from the Sons of Liberty. We are a group of like-minded individuals that are fighting for justice and defending our democracy. Don't be shy, huh? It's good to see 50-51 and Indivisible working together. This is what we need to fight this fascist regime. The Republican Party has become a corrupt organization. It needs to be stopped. This did not start with Trump. We can go back 60 years and see how corrupt they have been. In the last 50 years, when a Democrat has become president, the economy grows stronger, new jobs are created, unemployment is low. Reagan, Bush Sr., and Bush Jr. all had a recession while they were in office. Clinton, Obama, and Biden rescued the economy because their predecessors created massive debt while giving tax breaks to the rich. Anytime Democrats or independents try to help the little guy, Republicans stand in the way and call it welfare. The budget never seems to have enough money for social programs. However, there's always money for corporate welfare. The rich get richer and the middle class keeps shrinking. They created Citizens United as a way to influence elections, and it has worked. The richers are buying the elections while they distract us from fear and division. The evangelicals use religion to control the government and push their agenda.
It's not a religion.
The Republican Party has become more powerful and slowly continue to take away our rights. They're our true enemy. It's time to take back our government. We need to fight back against the administration, start to take control of the narrative. Far too long, Democrats have looked back at the big picture. Trump, the first time became Republican, knew they needed to win and have control over the Superior Court. They controlled the narrative. It didn't waste time on any other issue. We have to adopt the same mentality. Our democracy is at stake, so we don't have the luxury of picking and choosing a candidate that aligns with all our beliefs. No Democrat or independent will ever live up to these unrealistic expectations. We have to learn how to play the game. Otherwise, we will never win back this country. The Republican Party doesn't even bother to create a platform to run on. They know others will be loyal no matter how corrupt they are. We need to start fighting with fire. We need to stand up and unite. That's how we win this fight. Each of us having the power to make a difference. Until that happens, we will never be at a level playing field. We need to call and write our representatives and put pressure on them. We need to show up and vote at every election. We cannot stand while the Republican Party dismantles our government. Remember how you felt on election night. Keep that feeling alive and put it of your stomach and continue to fight. Bring your family, friends out to protest. You need everyone working. We need to stand together and have one voice. Only then we will be able to save this democracy. Like John Lewis said, need to get into some good trouble. You ready for some good trouble? We are the resistance. One team, one fight.
Let's make good trouble! Let's make good trouble! Let's make good trouble! Let's make good trouble!
Nice job, Howard. Give Howard a round of applause, please. Just take 1 second and say hello to the person on your left. All right. And now turn around and say hello to the person on your other left. We're all going to leave friends today because we need to have a united, amplified voice. A couple of quick things before we start. Please do not engage with anyone who is trying to provoke you. We're different. We show up at our state house to work with our legislators. We don't attack the state house. I want you to know every person showing up makes a huge difference because a united, amplified voice is impossible to ignore. You're sending a loud message to President Monk, how do you say his name? Musk, and his sidekick, Donald Trump, that government is not a business. What's the goal? They want to dismantle our democracy. It's that simple. The cruelty is the point. It's bullies trying to take our lunch money and to take lunch from millions of school kids, to take your rights, to erase those of us that don't kiss the ring, to dismantle your retirement funds and tinker with Social Security. This is not leadership, it's sabotage. The democracy that we share is 249 years old. In 1776, we threw out a tyrant. In 2026, it'll be the 250th anniversary of the American Revolution, and we will get rid of another tyrant. A democracy does not belong to bullies and billionaires. So no more strongmen, just strong citizens like we see here today. People who vote, people who tell the truth, people who don't burn books. People that understand that diversity, equity, inclusion is the American dream. People that understand that America and democracy are a radical and delicate idea.
That's right.
America is not another business to bankrupt, so hands off my democracy. I'm proud to introduce you to a fighter who is working hard to protect us every single day, Attorney General William Tong.
I love you. Hands off! Hands off Social Security! Hands off special education! Hands Hands off Medicaid! Hands off! 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 So the most common question I get right now is, what can we do in this moment? What can we do? We can take the fight to Donald Trump! I have sued him 3 times just this week. We sued him to protect libraries and museums. We sued him to protect our elections. We sued him to stop him from cutting $175 million from public health. Oh yes, yes, Donald Trump is flooding the zone, but I am flooding it right back. But make no mistake, while we're here, we're together, we're not afraid, we're not divided. Attorneys General are fighting, all of us are fighting. Judges are holding strong, but people are getting hurt. We are in the fight of our lives right now. If you're a federal employee, not just in Washington, but in Hartford, in the Social Security office down the street, if you're a federal employee and you've lost your job or you're about to lose your job and your mom or your dad, you're going to have a tough time paying the mortgage or paying the rent or putting food on the table. If you're a nonprofit that depends on federal funding, people are losing their jobs or you're laying people off. If you're a breast cancer fighter and survivor, but your last best hope is a clinical trial at UConn Health or at Yale, you're in big trouble right now. If you're a veteran, right, Howard, if you're a veteran and you rely on doctors and nurses and counselors at the VA, they're not picking up the phone right now, right? And if you're a teacher, a special ed student, if you're on a board of ed, what are you going to do next? And if you're an immigrant like my parents, you walk around with a target on your back every single day. So what's the answer? The answer is all of us. The Constitution gives us the power. It's called checks and balances. And we are a check on this president. What do I mean? On the Monday that he got inaugurated again, he tried to ban birthright citizenship. I sued on Tuesday. I got an injunction on Thursday. Check, Mr. President. On the following Monday, he tried to ban all federal funding, attacking all of you and your families and your towns and your cities. We sued on Tuesday. We got an injunction on Friday. Check, Mr. President. And whether we're in the fight to stop this cut of $175 million, we're in to protect gender-affirming care. We're there to fight for medical research in the National Institutes of Health. And when we're there to stop Elon Musk and his army of hackers and wannabe stormtroopers from tearing up the federal government. We have sued. We have stopped him. Check, 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 check. We have to get out there and fight. We have to get out there and fight. But let me tell you what I'm seeing right now. What I'm seeing right now in America is too much capitulation, too much surrender, right? Too much appeasement, too much bending of the knee. All right, let me tell you, I've been an American for 51 years. I was an American. I became an American citizen by right of my birth on American soil in Hartford Hospital. By right of the 14th Amendment of the United States Constitution. And for 51 years, I have never been on my knees, and I am not going to start now. So Connecticut, I don't just mean Democrats, I don't just mean progressives, everybody, Connecticut, are we ready for this fight? They're trying to tire us out. They think we're gonna punch ourselves out and get exhausted. I'm not exhausted, are you? Do you feel weakened or diminished? Have you lost the will to fight? Are you in this fight with me every day? Then let's go!
That's not an easy act to follow, but we do have somebody I think who can follow. He was on the Senate floor at 3:30 a.m. and he's here to join us now. Senator Richard Blumenthal.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you. I can't tell you how beautiful this is. I am so proud and happy to be home because this is what democracy looks like. This is what America looks like. I'm going to take this picture. I'm going to say to my colleagues, this is what democracy looks like. It isn't Donald Trump. It isn't Elon Musk. And I was on the floor of the Senate at 3 a.m. this morning saying again and again and again through amendments that we offered on the floor of the Senate to the budget resolution, hands off our Medicare. Hands off our Social Security. Hands off our courts. Hands off our university. Hands off our free speech. Hands off our health care. Donald Trump, I have a four-letter word for you. Dumb. D-U-M-B. And I have a few other four-letter words too. But here's the thing, folks. Every one of the amendments that we offered last night was voted down again and again and again by Republican colleagues. Republicans voted them down because they are siding with Donald Trump and Elon Musk. And we're not gonna let them get away with it. They're on the wrong side of history. They're on the wrong side of morality. They're on the wrong side politically. We need to show them. We need to show them they're gonna lose like they did in Wisconsin. And like they did when Cory Booker took the floor and he was there for 25 hours. Every one of us is going to stand strong like Cory Booker did for 25 hours to preserve democracy. It is about democracy. So I want to pledge to you that I am going to fight. I am going to fight every day, every moment, with every bit of energy I have because it is about democracy, and we're going to fight together. Because when we fight, we win. When we fight, when we fight, when we fight, and we are going to win for democracy. Thank you, Connecticut, for making us proud. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for being there for democracy. God bless our great country.
Thank you, Senator. We have a bunch of people that are not elected because most of us are not elected. The next speaker, you may recognize from her groundbreaking civil rights lawsuit, Sheff versus O'Neill. You know that education is under assault, so Elizabeth Horton Sheff is a perfect person to come and talk to us today. She's a champion for our children's educational rights and as declared in the state of Connecticut Constitution. She has worked tirelessly and endlessly for 3 decades in support of our children. Elizabeth, come on up.
When I was asked to speak, okay, better? When I was asked to speak, I started thinking about, well, what can I say that's not already been said? But I wanted to start right now with one thing. I want you to just inhale and exhale. Because the energy you feel right now is an energy that we need to carry when we leave here the next day and the next day and the next day. We are not going anywhere. Y'all may not know about Sheff versus O'Neill, and for the life of me, after 3 decades, y'all hurt my feelings. I've been fighting for educational rights in the state of Connecticut for 34 years. So, like this is like old school. I am so excited to see the wave and the sway and the chants and the yells. Yeah, I've lived long enough to, do it again. I'm not certain that's a good thing, but I'm doing it. So why do we need to educate our children? Well, reading is fundamental, blah, blah, blah. But what we have to realize is that without an educated populace, we have no democracy. They want to keep us in the dark, uneducated, following the sheep to the slaughter thing they do. Keep telling us lies that we believe in. And they tell you lies. But I see we shouldn't even stop there because Donald Trump told you who he was when he was running for election. He told you he didn't care about you. Project 2025 said they don't care about you. And, here we are. But let's not stop with lamenting. We are not going to cower in our corners. We are not going to hide in our beds. We're going to get up. We ready to fight. We ready to roll. We do not do railroad tracks. We know what Donald Trump wants. We know what Elon Musk wants. We know what the Doge posse wants. They want to take our humanity. Hands off. Hands off. We are not going to get sucked up into your tornado of hate. we know what they want. They want to take our hope. They want to take our joys. Sorry, hands off. You ain't getting our joy. We know what they want. They want to corral our children into the future of their children. Not our children's right to become who they are. Because we know whose they are. They want to make sure that there's a permanent underclass so that we can continue to do their bidding.
That's right.
Tell the truth and shame the devil. This is, this ain't the movies, people. This is real life. So we are gathered here right now to let them know that we know what they want and to let them know they can't have it. Hands off. We're Connecticut, and we just want to say to the boys in the hood, don't step on our blue suede shoes. Thank you for your time and attention. I bid you continued strength.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Our next speaker, boy, she's a new friend of mine, and she is fire. B. Ray Perryman she is the Director of Communications of the ACLU. There's some other stuff here. And I could read this other stuff, but I'm just going to tell you the ACLU is suing the shit out of this administration. Come on up here. B. Ray Perryman.
Hands off our democracy! For anybody who's nervous about protesting, we've got you. For anybody who's had to protest for 30 years, we've got you. The ACLU has sued more than 20 times since January 20th. We've sued on birthright citizenship. We've sued to protect the First Amendment. We've sued on the Alien Enemies Act. We know you can't disappear people from this country. We know you can't detain people without due process. We know you can't tell us there's only 2 genders, 2 boxes we fit in. We know that when you say that you are going to take away Social Security, Medicaid, disability rights, and in Connecticut, the Department of Education, one of our own Connecticut residents, the Secretary of Department of Education, when they say Project 2025, we say Project People Stay Alive. When they say they're going to gut the federal government, we say that's not efficiency, that's extraction, that's extortion, and we say hands off. When they say that you have to conform with no DEI policies, that you need to ban books, we say hands off. When they say the people don't have power, the people don't matter, they say we want you broke, we want you sick, we want you divided, we say hands off. We are rejecting kings. We are rejecting dictators. And we will not have unelected oligarchs running our country. Let me tell you something. We are going to get the country that we put up with. We cannot put up with this. This is the first of many actions. The ACLU in Connecticut, we fight in the courthouses in federal and state. We fight in the state houses. We're here every day. Welcome to our office. We fight in Congress trying to pass the great policies that some of your elected officials are pushing hard for on the Senate and the House floor. We also work with you in communities in the streets, and we need your help. hear from you. We were able just last week to shut down a meeting in Suffield with 80 people because they were trying to ban books. It's a great job, guys, but how did those people get on the council in the first place? Show up to your meetings, know what's going on in your communities, so that when they do come after us, we can say, hands off! In 2017, they wanted to grab us by the, and we said, hands off! In 2025, they want to grab us by the country, and we say, hands off! We are trying to stay alive here in this country and in Connecticut. You have the right to Medicaid, to Social Security. Immigrants have the right to be here. People have the right to live the way that they want to live. And Black men should have the right to live in Bridgeport. We've got problems all over this country, but what do we have? The people. The people. And when they're trying to come after us, who shows up? The people. And what are we going to do? Who are we going to fight for? The people. Absolutely. 3 more times, hands off, and then your lieutenant governor will be up here to say a few words. Ready? Hands off! Hands off! Hands off!
Please welcome, I think Ned Lamont is out of town today, so technically kind of governor, Susan Bysiewicz.
Hello, Hartford. Hello, Connecticut. So today we're going to start off with a really happy thought. I don't know if you can see, but I am wearing a Yukon hat. How about those Lady Huskies? Are they going to win tomorrow? Connecticut, the collegiate basketball capital of the world. All right, well, let me tell you, all over Connecticut today, people are standing up and showing up and speaking out. And this picture is beautiful. Donald Trump, see diversity, equity, and inclusion in our state. Here it is. Yes. So say this with me now. Hands off our democracy. Hands off our rights. Hands off our liberties. Hands off our wallets. So I got to tell you, we're 75 days in, ladies and gentlemen, and how's it going? Right. Biggest tax increase in many decades. Thousands of federal employees laid off and higher prices for everybody, right? Those terrorists are going to make our food and our medication and our gas and our housing prices so much higher. Are we going to take it? No! That's right. And talk about cruel, terrible leadership. Leadership that targets the most vulnerable people in our state and our country by trying to cut Medicaid, Medicare, and Social Security. Are we going to let that happen? And I'll tell you something. They have proposed to cut Medicaid. Ladies and gentlemen, in our beautiful state, almost 1 million people rely on Medicaid. Our kids, our pregnant moms, our veterans, our elderly. Are we going to let them cut Medicaid? No! We are not. Now, the Attorney General is fighting in courts, and thank heaven he is, but there are so many other ways to fight. We're going to take this fight to every community across Connecticut, and here's how we're going to do it. We're going to register friends and neighbors to vote. We are going to participate in the local elections that are happening in every community across Connecticut, right? That's right. And we are also going to do exactly what we did after 2016. Thousands of people are going to step up and run for office.
Because, ladies and gentlemen, if there were 50% women in our U.S. Senate and our U.S. Congress, we would not be in this mess. So, are you going to fight with us? Are you going to fight for our democracy? Are you going to fight for our Constitution? Are you going to fight for our country? It's an honor to represent you. Thank you so much.
I am really excited to present to you my good friend. She's at all the rallies. Nadia Sims, poet laureate of Manchester and probably the world. Come on up here, Nadia. She's going to soothe your soul for a minute.
Hello, people. This poem is called Regular Revolutionaries. In this government of the people, created for the people, by the people, we are the people. And if we are tired of practices that override and divide us, then we should elect those who stand beside us. It is time for an uphill battle to be a fair fight. History loves to look at the founding fathers as if they were superheroes, instead of farmers, landowners, lawyers, merchants, bankers, physicians, and even a few scientists. They love to point at them as if they were all old, wise men, instead of Thomas Jefferson being 33, Adams being 40, and the youngest signers being 26 when they signed the Declaration of Independence. There is no age on freedom. There is no profession that exempts you from participating in the security of your life. Because we have gone past talking about liberty and ideals. This is hunger. This is food we cannot afford to buy, grow, or distribute. This is health. This is the rising cost of healthcare amidst the lowering welfare of our people. I don't need to be rich, but I need to be able to afford my mother's insulin. This is Medicaid and Medicare. This is age and being able to age with dignity and Social Security and the promise of supporting yourself with money you've earned through your life. This is due process. This is the ability to stand flat-footed before a jury of your peers and fight for your innocence. What do you think life, liberty, and happiness mean? When just being alive means you will hunger, and hungry people aren't happy. You will get sick, you will grow old, and you may get into trouble. And these are just the regular occurrences of life. This will happen to all of us regular folks, not from Krypton, even some of us with money. You will get hungry, you will get sick, you will grow old, and you may get into trouble. But regular problems are always, always, always worth a revolution. And they don't say this, but regular people have always been revolutionaries. A patriot is just someone who loves and supports their country. A hero is just a person who, in the face of danger, combats adversity through feats of courage and strength, great deeds, and selfless acts for the common good. Be heroic, be patriotic. A man who stands for nothing will fall for anything. It is time for regular people to stand up. For regular people to get loud, to get uncomfortable, to fight for the country they love so much. I love this country, even when it doesn't love me back. I love this country, even when it doesn't have my back. I love it enough to say something, to meet the moment, even as regular as I am, because we are running out of time. Now is the time. Now is the time for justice and not just us. Now is the time to redefine and reinforce life, liberty, and happiness and remake our nation. We are a people, not just races and populations. Now is the time. It is the time to turn dreams into missions and equity into equality, to pick our freedoms up from the dust and the rubble, to put our bodies on the line and to make good necessary trouble. Don't just be regular, be revolutionary. Thank you.
For those of you who have the power, there's a special election in Shelton tomorrow. A good place to exercise that power that you have. Our next guest and speaker is our state treasurer, Eric Russell. He has a gigantic portfolio of amazing things he does, but in the interest of getting him to you sooner and less of me, let's get more of Eric. Come on up, Eric.
How's everyone doing? This is the resistance. Look at this. Look at this huge crowd today. I can't thank you all enough for being here. I had someone ask me before we started speaking. They said, you know, Connecticut's blue, and we have blue members of Congress. Why is this so important that people are showing up today? And this is what it is all about. This is people power at its finest. This is people stepping up to save our democracy itself. Telling the president to take his tiny orange hands off our democracy. We have a president that ran telling people that he was focused on affordability and economic prosperity for people in this country. And we have seen the exact opposite. We see inflation rising, we see costs going up, we see people's retirement security, seniors' 401ks being depleted. We see people wondering if they are going to have health care to take care of their kids, or seniors are going to be able to stay in long-term care. And with all of this, right? It's impacting working people in this country more than anyone else. That's who's going to bear the brunt of this. And when you take a step back and wonder what this is all for, the reality is that this is all about the president looking to cut taxes to the tune of $4.5 trillion for his millionaire and billionaire friends. And that is why it's important that we are showing up today. You think about this. I look at this crowd, and you think about the movements that we have had to have in this country. And it has all started with people showing up and doing the work. I think about my father, who will be 83 years old this year, grew up in the Deep South during the heart of Jim Crow, and thinking about what he has seen, and we are back fighting the same battles over and over again. Every generation has the responsibility to keep this fight going. And when we see these backslides, it is because we stop doing the work. It's because we've become complacent. We think that we can take our foot off the gas. We are not going to let that happen right now. I'll end with this. Listen, the goal of this administration, the goal of this entire campaign is to wear us down. It's to get people to disengage. It's hoping that we become discouraged, that we're going to walk away from this fight. Are you willing to walk away from this? And so this is the time. It's not the time for us to get weary. It's the time for us to step up and do the work, to double down, to come together, to make sure we are holding people accountable in Washington and in this building. Because there are a lot of folks right now spewing the same rhetoric, rolling bills that are attacking trans kids and young people in our state. And what is just as dangerous is the silence.
That's right.
When it comes to billions of dollars being threatened to be cut from our state budget for Medicaid, silence. When it comes to cutting of special education funds for young people in this state, silence. And so this is the time we are going to step up. I appreciate you all being out here. This is the first day of a lot of work that is ahead, but we're going to do it together and we're going to make sure we save our democracy. Thank you.
We sure are. Next up, I would like to introduce Betty Marafino, who's the president of the Alliance for Retired Americans Connecticut chapter. She's a retired professor of English at Tungus Community College and past president of the Congress of CT Community Colleges and current chair of the Windfall Elimination Provision Government Pension Offset Task Force.
Hi, everybody. Does anybody know what August 14th is? Social Security's 90th birthday. And Social Security has never missed a payment. Before 1935, Social Security in every town in Connecticut was a poorhouse. Some were also called town farms, and that's where people who were poor were put. And doing some research on it, it looked more like a prison than a poorhouse. What happened after Social Security? In the late 1940s and 50s, poorhouses disappeared, not just from Connecticut, but from all over the country. Before Social Security, 49% of seniors lived in poverty. Today, that number is 9%. There's still too much. We have to make it be 0%. The Trump-Musk administration now is doing, when it comes to Social Security, death by 1,000 cuts. What they are doing right now is closing Social Security field offices, making it hard to access the phone lines. They're hoping that people will say, this Social Security administration, which is already severely understaffed, isn't working. We need to look for something else. And what does the Trump-Musk administration want us to do? They want us to consider privatizing Social Security. They want retirees to be at the whim of the stock market. And by the way, many of the Congress people want to raise the retirement age to 70. So that is something that we need to fight. We are so grateful and thankful in Connecticut that our entire congressional delegation is for strengthening, preserving Social Security. And especially among that delegation is my congressman and many of yours, Congressman John Larson, who is the major spokesperson in Congress for preserving and strengthening Social Security. So because I was a teacher, I have an assignment for everybody here. And it's a two-part assignment. The first part is to call our Congress people, call our senators, and thank them for all their work. And pledge to help them as they can proceed in Congress. And the second assignment is for all of us here to contact our family and friends who live in other states, especially the red states, and ask them to contact their congressperson and their U.S. senators and say, no cuts to Social Security, no privatization, no cuts to Medicare. Let them know how you feel. So let's spread the message across the country. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. So I'm with 5051, and I just want to make an announcement. There are there's two children that are missing. Mom's name is Elizabeth. Kendrick and Andre, they're actually with the police officer over that way, right? Over to my left, your right. So again, mom's name is Elizabeth. Children are Kendrick and Andre, so they are with an officer. So if everybody could, if mom raised their hand or something, everybody could help her get that way. That would be awesome, because, you know, that's kind of scary to be a parent. So I don't know if do we know where mom is? Sorry, do we know where mom is, Elizabeth? Kendrick and Andre's mom. Kendrick and Andre are with the police officer to the left. She's coming. All right, cool beans. Thanks, guys.
Our next guest, you're probably used to see him breathing fire on the Rachel Maddow show. Congressman John Larson.
Good afternoon, Connecticut. Isn't that Betty Marafino something? First of all, I got a question for you. Raise your hand if you're making more than $400,000. You know, funny thing about that, everywhere I've gone to talk about Social Security and ask people if they're making over $400,000, nobody raises their hand except once. In East Hartford, my hometown. And a guy I knew raised his hand. I said, "You're making over $400,000?" He said, "No, but it felt good to raise my hand." It would feel real good, wouldn't it? Imagine if you had that kind of wealth. And what Betty was talking about and what Eric and everybody else has mentioned, I want you to pay close attention to. This is what's going on. This is all about a tax cut for the wealthy. It's all about taking the tax cut of 2017 and making it permanent in 2025. Elon Musk was brought on, and he was brought on with a mission. Trump told him he needed to find $2 trillion to cut. So they would have that money for Social Security. And as every speaker has said, whether it's Medicaid and Medicare, whether it's education. I'll throw another one in there because 70% of the federal budget is comprised by 3 agencies: Medicare and Medicaid, National Defense, and Social Security. But what's the only one that has $2.7 trillion of your earned money that was put in there is Social Security? And that's why we're standing up and fighting for it. That's what they're trying to go after. That's what they're trying to privatize. And they need to be called out on it every day. It's not a question of savings. As Betty said, they have scaled this down. Imagine there are 73 million fellow Americans that rely on Social Security. Imagine in the wealthiest nation in the world, 5 million fellow Americans, most women, get below poverty level checks from the government they entrusted with their money. That is a crime. That must change. We just can't protect Social Security. It has to be expanded. And Social Security hasn't been expanded monetarily since 1971. Have a few things happened since 1971? Now is the time not only to protect, but it's time to expand. Everybody needs an across-the-board increase. Yes, it's right, people are living longer, so they should live on less. As Betty said, they're trying to cut, or by raising the age to 70. For every year you raise the age, that's a 7% cut in your benefit. So let me get this straight. You're living longer and you should live on 21% less? Hell no! It's long overdue that Congress stands up and not only protects, but enhances Social Security. A big step was made forward on behalf of teachers and municipal employees, police officers and firefighters. But that still needs to be funded, and we still need to step up. And how do we do that? Simply by asking, as President Biden said, people making over $400,000 to pay their fair share. So not only keep your hands off, how about paying your fair share? Elon Musk and Donald Trump need to be held accountable, especially Elon Musk. They won't come before Congress to answer questions and are protected by their Republican colleagues. What your presence does here today and across this nation is to send a message. We saw 3 of them speak up in the Senate the other night. We're only 3 votes away from them speaking out. And what will move then? Not anything that I say, but them seeing all of you, all across the nation. People fighting for their democracy. People standing up for their rights. People who believe in this country and believe in our Social Security system. God bless you. God bless America.
the operations manager for the League of Women Voters. Hello. Wow. Y'all look so great, so beautiful. I love everything that I am seeing out there. Thank you for being out here in this great New England weather. We, the women of this country, make up half of its soul.
Excuse me, sir.
Yet we are witnessing the erosion of our hard-earned rights. Cornerstones of progress are being rolled back. Freedoms that are fundamental to our autonomy are systematically dismantled. 28 states in our country currently have restrictions on abortion care. 13 of those states have total bans on abortion. I want everyone to really think about this, okay? Over 1/3 of all women who are of reproductive age in this country are living in a state where access to health care is restricted. This could be a matter of life and death for some women. We know that it already has been. Take a look around and imagine 1 in every 3 women that are standing here today being denied her human rights. This is a human rights issue. We cannot afford to be passive spectators as laws that infringe on our rights take root. As people who are here legally, students at universities are abducted and shipped off to private, for-profit prisons. As the historic contributions of notable women and people of color are erased from our museums and our memorials. They've taken over the Kennedy Center and the Smithsonian museums, and they are dictating what we can see, what we can hear, what we can read. They are censoring words in research. This regime intends to control what is taught in schools, what is on display in museums, what can be performed in our theaters, and we cannot allow anything to be censored like that. Rights are not permanent, and progress is not guaranteed. If we don't stay vigilant, the freedoms that we enjoy today could very well be gone tomorrow. This is not a far-off concept. The idea of same-sex couples losing their human rights is not a far-off concept. We say we won't go back, but going backwards is exactly what's happening right before our eyes. We've seen it happen in countries like Afghanistan, where progress that was once made is pushed back into oppression and fear and control. The time to act is now. The current federal administration is actively dismantling all the progress that we've made in this country. So what do? We become the architects of change. We refuse to be passive observers. We engage. We amplify. We act. We advocate not just for ourselves, but for future generations who will inherit the world that we shape today. Our government does not exist so that it can rule over us like dictators. No. Our government exists to work for us. A government that withholds funding for education programs and food assistance to families is not a government working for us. That is a government working against us. A government that fires thousands of employees without just cause is a government working against us. A government that is making it more difficult for seniors and people with disabilities to manage their Social Security benefits is a government working against us. And a government that is making it more difficult for the people to vote is a government working against us. Our government was created to serve us, not to rule over us. The United States of America was created by the people and for the people. And today, here at the Capitol in Hartford, Connecticut, we stand together and we assert a real and powerful truth. This is our country, our government, for the people. This movement, I love you all. People, for the 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 people. Oh, y'all are beautiful. This movement is more than just today, though, okay? Our commitment to democracy and to our rights, it requires sustained dedication. Do not let fear hold you back. Look around. You have many, many people standing with you. We are here. We are united. Be bold. Speak up. We, the people, are this nation. We are strong, and our collective voice is an unstoppable force that will push back against this authoritarian regime. No billionaire or racist misogynist is greater than our collective strength. And you know, you can do more by connecting with organizations. Stay connected, stay involved. Join organizations like the League of Women Voters of Connecticut. I got one last thing that I really want to say, okay? It's probably most important of all. It's that, you know, the individuals that we've elected to represent us, okay? The actions of our elected representatives matter. And it's our duty to contact them and demand action. We can put pressure on our representatives to take bold action. So there's one very, very simple thing that each and every one of you can do. We all have cell phones. I want you to take your cell phone out if you can. I know it's raining. And I want you to put a phone number into your phone so that you have it handy every day. This phone number is 202-224-3121. That's 202-224-3121. That is the U.S. Capitol switchboard where you can get connected to your representative, maybe it was John Larson, and your senators. Because each of us has a role to play and our action matters. Our unity is our power. Our voice shall be heard. Our rights must be protected. And we will reclaim our future together. Thank you.
If you're anything like me, you're used to people coming up to you and saying, "What does a comptroller do?" Here to tell you is our state comptroller, Sean Scanlon.
How's it going, Connecticut? I want to reassure you I am not about to tell you what the comptroller does, all right? What I'm here to tell you is that when I left my house this morning to go to a series of these rallies all across Connecticut, my 5-year-old asked me where I was going. And I said, I'm going to a protest. And he said, why? And I got to tell you, I got a little choked up because the answer to that question was him. But I didn't want to tell him that and scare him. So I'm really not here as the comptroller, I'm here as a dad. And you guys are here today, not as whatever you do, you're here as a mother, a father, a grandmother, a grandfather, brother, sister, as an American. Because whether you hold office or you hold a sign, you are doing something that truly matters in this country in the year 2025. And the message that I have been talking about today at these rallies is the message that I pray you hear now. I pray that the news watches us talk about today and shares with the rest of this state and this country. It's that every day somebody comes up to me and they say, Sean, I feel hopeless. I feel powerless. What should I do? And I tell them, realize your power. Because we have the power. Donald Trump, Elon Musk, Republicans in Congress, they want us to believe we do not have the power right now, but we do. We have the power. And the people in this country have always had the power. And if you look back at the long history of this country, you will see that in moments of great crisis, like we are in right now, the people have stood up and defeated those who precipitate those crises. So this moment, Connecticut, is our moment. For our children, for our wives, for our spouses, for our grandchildren, for our neighbors that are on Medicaid, for our uncle who fought in Iraq and Afghanistan and can't go to a VA, for the people who frankly even voted for the man in the White House who will soon realize the mistake that was made. It's up to us. Nobody else is going to do what we need to do. So I want to say what nobody else has said today. Thank you. Thank you for standing out in the rain. Thank you for making your sign. Thank you for all that you are about to do to save our country and take our country back. God bless you. God bless America. And let's keep up the fight. We are not powerless. Thank you.
Thank you. We have a few more for you because I know you're hungry. I know you are. Leah Gillette is an award-winning writer, speaker, organizer, and activist for queer and trans futures and against big tech. As a non-binary survivor of gender-based violence, Leah works with the advocacy coalitions worldwide to address online harms disproportionately impacting LGBTQ+ victims and survivors. Today, Leah is speaking on behalf of their work with Equality Connecticut, a queer-led statewide organization working to advance the rights, health, history, and culture of Connecticut's LGBTQIA+ community. Come on up, Leah.
My name is Leah. I use they, them pronouns, and if you have a problem with that, why are you here? Right now, across this country and around our state, there is a war being waged against queer and trans people. It is not subtle. It is not quiet. It is loud. It is violent. And it is being orchestrated from the highest levels of our federal government. We are actively watching lawmakers ban health care for trans youth. We are watching entire identities being erased and criminalized. We are watching books being banned from shelves,
history erased and revised, and our very right to exist debated as if our humanity is up for discussion. So let me be clear. This is not politics. This is life and death. We are facing a government that is willing to sacrifice queer and trans lives to maintain control and power. With every anti-trans bill, every drag ban, every attack on reproductive freedom. And while progressive allies have shown up for us, it is also every time they treat us like our identities are issues for scoring political points. It is all part of the same violent playbook, a system designed to silence, erase, and punish anyone who dares to exist outside of its rigid norms. And the impact is not equal. Black and brown trans women are and have always been the most targeted. Queer immigrants and undocumented folks live in fear. Disabled LGBTQIA+ folks are still denied the care and dignity they deserve. This isn't new, but it is escalating. As Americans, we cannot be complicit through silence. We must name the violence against our siblings worldwide and fight like their lives depend on it, because they do. Queer and trans people in Gaza are caught in the crossfire of a genocide that sees their lives as expendable twice over, oppressed not only by occupation, but also by the erasure of their identities in a world that refuses to see them. Our fight for queer and trans rights is not separate from the fight for racial justice. It is not separate from disability justice, economic justice, or reproductive justice. It is not separate from anti-war advocacy. Our liberation is woven together. We don't get free by climbing over each other. We get free by linking arms and refusing to let go. The first Pride was a riot against the police, led by Black and brown trans women, sex workers, and New Yorkers who refused to accept a world that erased them. Today, we carry that same fire, that same refusal, that same power, that even in the face of this violence, we are still here. We are still loving, still dancing, still showing up, still building. That is power. Our communities have always created care when there was none. We've built clinics, shelters, chosen families. We've passed hormone medication across kitchen tables. We've raised bail money, organized protests, grown food in community, and made art that breathes life back into our lungs. This is what care looks like. And they'll tell you it's radical, but it's not. It's actually necessary. It's refusing to let each other fall. It's choosing joy, even though the world begs us not to. It's holding each other through grief, through rage, through transition and transformation. So now we fight harder. We organize smarter. We protect each other louder. We don't wait for permission. We don't wait for politicians to wake up or to notice us. We build our own systems. We fund trans leadership. We show up for queer youth. We challenge bigotry in our families, in our schools, in our workplaces, in our streets. We vote like our lives depend on it, because they do. This is not the time to be silent. This is not the time to look away. Solidarity must be loud and visible. This is the time to rise up together unapologetically and say, hands off our bodies! Hands off our freedom! Because we are not going anywhere. Because we are not afraid. Because we will not stop until all of us
are free. Thank you.
All right. You know, in Connecticut, we are particularly lucky to have a very blue legislation. Connecticut is the only blue state surrounded by other blue states. Because of that, we have a little more responsibility to our neighbors. So it's really important when you leave here today, join one of these groups. There's 30 chapters of Indivisible in Connecticut and growing. There's 501, or as they say, 51. And I want you to just meet really quickly some of these great legislators. And before you leave, I hope you'll sing a song with us. Just check out our legislators on parade.
How we doing today? You pumped? My name's Derek Slapp, State Senator from West Hartford. Is West Hartford in the house? Farmington, all right. Bloomfield and Burlington. And Jim asked me to give a shout out to some of the great Indivisible chapters here. Indivisible Stamford. All right. Indivisible South Windsor. Connecticut River Huddle Indivisible. Indivisible Farmington Valley, and Indivisible Southeast Connecticut. All right, thank you for being here. I want everybody to just take a minute and look up and look at the windows right up there. You know what's behind the windows? That's the Connecticut State Senate. We have 2 months left, and every day we're in session, we're going to be fighting against the Trump administration. Every single day. We're going to be right up there on your behalf, fighting against this fascist administration. And let me tell you what we're going to fight for. I'm chair of the Higher Education Committee. We're going to be fighting for our students, fighting for our universities, fighting for academic freedom, fighting for free speech, and fighting for our future. Thanks to you. Let's get them.
Hi, I'm State Representative Amy Morinbello, and I'm here from Wethersfield. And I'm here to tell Trump, to tell the Republican administration in Washington, D.C., and our Republican colleagues here in the House and Senate, hands off our elections. Our vote is our voice. And every one of us have a right to cast a vote in every election, and we're going to do what we need to do to protect that right.
All right, hello everybody. I'm Representative Robin Comey, and I am here from Brantford. You know, I almost couldn't make it here today, but I absolutely drove through. I would drive through not only the rain, the pouring rain that we saw here, but I would drive through snow, ice, and anything else that the world has to offer me, because I came here to see you all having your voices heard. It's a beautiful thing, and I thank you so much for being here. And I am just so honored to be up here on this dais to be able to represent you. We are here for you. We are working for you. We have been here for, since I was telling my constituents, I am here because I was here for you through the pandemic, and I will be here for you as we go through this together. We need to tell them to keep their hands off our Medicaid dollars. Hands off. And we need to make sure that they keep their hands off our public health dollars. A few weeks ago, I spoke right here, about the science, the cuts to our science community. And I was so very touched by everyone who's coming out, who's making a difference in the future of our of our people that live in this country and across the world. So I'm just thankful for you, and let's keep up the fight.
Hi, I'm State Representative Ann Hughes from Fairfield County. Who's here from Fairfield County? And we are representing we the people to protect the public good. And that's all the public services. Public services like Medicaid, public libraries, public schools, your public lands, all of it funded by your taxpayer money. That is what we are here to fight for, to protect, and like Congressman Larson said, even expand, because you earned it, you elected us, and we are not going to let the fascists get us down.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jillian Gilchrist, State Representative from West Hartford. And every single day I come to this building to try and protect Medicaid and to expand access to reproductive health care, which includes abortion. This administration is full of incompetent, abusive liars. Are we gonna let them win? No! Hands off our bodies, hands off our health care, hands off our freedom. Thank you.
I'm Senator Saud Anwar. I represent East Hartford, South Windsor, Ellington, East Windsor. Get your signs up. Resist, 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 louder, resist, 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 resist. Thank you, thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm State Senator Matt Lesser, representing Rocky Hill, Cromwell, Middletown, Newington, and Wethersfield. And I have a very, very simple message for Donald Trump, for Elon Musk, and for J.D. Vance. We're not going anywhere. They are trying to loot the state of Connecticut. This week alone, they took money for 200,000 residents of this state to keep them warm in the winter. Why? Because they want a tax cut for the richest people in the world. They're going after our health care. They're going after our Head Start. They're going after Meals on Wheels for Connecticut seniors, but we're not going to let them have it. Those of us in this building, we have your back. We have your back. We have your back. And I know something that they don't know. I know that we're going to win. I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win. Thank you.
Hello, I am State Representative Rebecca Martinez, and I am here representing Plainville, Southington, and Farmington. As a nurse, I am here to say hands off Medicaid, hands off reproductive rights. And as a parent, I am here to say hands off our schools. We will be here to protect our students, to protect LGBTQIA rights, and to make sure that diversity, equity, and inclusion is always valued here in Connecticut. Because when we fight,
This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island. From the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me.
All right, before we go, and we just have a little bit more, we want to thank everybody who helped us. Orange Indivisible, Indivisible South Windsor, Connecticut Huddle, Quiet Corner Indivisible, Indivisible North Central Connecticut, Indivisible Amity, Call to Action, TACT over in Glastonbury, Indivisible Farmington Valley, Indivisible Southeast Connecticut, Guardians of Democracy, who have a talking raccoon in their Indivisible Northwest, Indivisible all the different directions and combinations of directions. And Indivisible Norwich. Paige, come on up here, say some thank yous. We were gonna sing a song, and then somebody started singing the song. We'll sing it again if you don't mind.
Quick thank yous before singing. All right, I'm gonna miss people, so yell at me afterwards. Thank you to Jim and Indivisible. This has been a great partnership, and this is what happens when we work together. I want to thank Ashley, our state representative, David, our PR, Slim Jim, who set up all of our audio, along with Doug this morning, our Skittle Pup graphic designer, Doug Fay on audio, Frosty Lemon, Paisley, Kay, Burning in Hell, Mal, Tall Pilot, Comet, and many, many more. Thank you all so much.
If we were, just say, if we were, all of us up here, gonna sing a song, would you join us? Yeah! Would you join us? Yeah! We'll try. Ready? Come on up here, everybody. Come on. We're gonna do this. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to New York Island. Louder. From the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. As I went walking, that ribbon of highway, and I saw above me that endless skyway. I saw below me this land was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island. This redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. Thank you so much for coming. You're fantastic. Stay active. Stay active.